Welcome to our executive interview series at AI Talks, presented by AI Scoop. I'm Wyatt Cash, and we're here with Chris Townsend, Vice President of Sales, Public Sector at Elastic. Chris, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Wyatt. Always great to see you.
I'd like to start by asking, what have been the biggest challenges in your perspective in implementing AI in government services since last year, 2024? And how has your organization approached these challenges or helped your customers approach these challenges?
Yeah, so first off, if you go back a couple of years ago, when we were all talking about generative AI and large language models initially, there was a lot of questions around, hey, can we really deploy these in government? Are they reliable enough to provide the information to our constituents in a reliable and accurate way? Are they secure? Well, I think all those questions have been answered now, right? We're moving full steam ahead with generative AI and the promise around these generative AI and large language model applications in terms of improving the mission of government, driving efficiencies, improving the interaction between the government agencies themselves and their constituents, the citizens, and improving citizen experience is, you can't overstate the opportunity for those things. So the biggest challenge that we see today is when you're going to implement a large language model or generative AI in your agency, how do you get the data from where it is today, whether it's in multiple cloud environments or deployed across the hyperscaler environments or it's on-prem, because in most of our government customers, it's a mix of all of those. How do you access that data reliably and securely and get that data into the large language model so you can realize all the use cases? And most of our government customers that I talk about have pages and pages of ideas and use cases to support the mission and drive efficiency. But it's how do you operationalize that data securely, reliably, and at scale to then layer the large language model on top of it. And there's also a question around data standardization too. You have data in all these different environments. How do you get some kind of data standardization so that when you apply those LLMs, you're doing it in a standardized way and can leverage any of the LLMs in the market? And that's really where Elastic plays in solving that problem.
Yeah, the data is so foundational, right?
Correct, yeah.
And then, again, how does your organization ensure secure and responsible data governance for AI applications or again, for your customers?
Yeah, perfect follow-up question, right? So once you access the data, you identify where the data is, you index it where it sits, then you are able to search it centrally. Now it's about securing the data, role-based access control, attribute-based access control, making sure that you're not exposing any PII data or classified data through those LLMs, so you're using field-level security, and then wrapping governance around it so that you can make sure you're doing the data rights management and making sure that you have the dashboards and the telemetry to manage your LLMs. So yeah, that's another area that we really excel at, is providing that governance and security around the data once you index and operationalize the data.
Absolutely. Well, Chris Townsend, thank you as always for taking a few minutes to join us here at AI Talks.
Awesome. Thanks. Great to see you, Wyatt, as always.
You too.